Alrighty. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Providence Cup semi final. We have our other two teams that are left to play in the semi finals. Two times our champions, which is Joker and Fanium, and then we have Stuffers turned Builders, and that's consisting of Papier and Moo. And I'm joined today by our admin as well, In4Fun. How you doing, In4Fun? Yeah, it's going to be a good one. It is our last semi final, and we'll confirm who goes against the Geometry Dash refugees in the third place playoff and who fights ourselves, the Formula Lads, on Sunday. So it's going to be an interesting match regardless, and the matches after that are going to be really fun to see. I actually don't have a favorite, even though casters shouldn't, but they're both so good in their own ways. I actually have no way of knowing who's going to win this. Yeah, it's going to be a really good one. And we're back to scale as well. It seems to be one of the favorites, it feels like, in this cup. I feel like I've seen it about 4 or 5 times at this rate, but it's always interesting to see the spins on this because there's some difficult ones. And if you don't know what you're doing, you can spend a long time trying to figure it out and running around, but you never know. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. And although there's 30 seconds left, I'll quickly do a prediction just for people who want to do one. Here we go, into live. But yeah, it's going to be a good one. We have some really interesting maps, is the word I'll use for the maps that are upcoming. Not people's favorites, but they're definitely going to be interesting to see because we're going to Marrakesh next, which is one of the least. I think it's next, but regardless, we're going to it soon, and it's going to be an interesting one to see because we only had it like once or twice so far throughout this tournament. So I'm really interested to see what that looks like with a double spin. And we have our first spin. Do you want to read it out actually for fun for the first one? Yeah. Blake and Sue, that's the kind of one you need to know what you're doing. If you're a bit scared of getting him later on, because a lot of people rely on that micro audio, but they'll probably just do a quick seek run if they catch him in a good part of the cycle. But I guess we can tell pretty fast our bottom two players are doing the bottom spin. Maybe it's hard. It looks like it actually, yeah, because both started keep and they're both in suit. It says people are saying it better not be doing this again. I hope it's saying people can't, or somebody said is In4Fun muted, but I can see the levels going up. This happened not too long ago. What I can do then is I will just turn up the audio capture if you want to try talk again there, In4Fun.
I'll try again. I'm hoping for the quick response
Yeah,
chat.
I think that's good now. I changed it to audio capture rather than that new beta of the capturing the audio from a specific application. Yeah, awesome. Thank you, chat.
OBS and beta are just a great combination. And happy to be here. I think it's like it's not with you, but it's a tradition of me always being muted by the main caster. Happened to Yanni and Curry and Punk. You're on the list now as well.
Yeah, it always has to happen to somebody. But yeah, it's interesting approach from all of them so far. I think, did Pappy have a rip? I think he did. Something went a bit wrong, and he had to have a quick restart because he's doing that emetic grenade, which is an interesting strat.
Yeah, it's nice variations of early Zoya ISO, which of course will mean that well, here it will just mean an explosion accident. A propane will be transported there, and night armor disguise course, up there in the penthouse. Puppy now has the Elite Guard disguise and can make his way all the way to the Sophia's floor. And I think with this, Puppy is looking good to get the radio timing and the first kill just over 2 minute time.
Yeah, some nice knowledge here of just Pappy grabbing the katana, going straight up that fast way. That definitely saves him a little bit of time. Even grabbing a newspaper for good measure. But yeah, very similar strats. If you look at the bottom two screens and top two screens, they're just tiny bit out of sync, the top two ones, but the bottom ones are pretty much lined up. Maybe a tiny bit of a lead from Moo, but yeah, they're all looking very comfortable right now.
It's of course not the main challenge of the bottom spin, but they did very well to get the first cycle radio lure.
Yeah.
Now getting a disguise and then the Blake isolation, that's really nice to see.
We do see a bit of variation here from Joker and Papier. Joker going all the way over to get a propane over by the MOC, and we see Pappy actually just doing the... Did Joker already do the radio? I don't think he did. Maybe he's just setting up some other stuff.
If I'm not mistaken, that might have been a double seeker from Joker's side because he did start Architect, and the timings line up there for Joker to get down to Zoe and then a propane. It's a bit close with the Bleacher to Zoe.
Yeah.
But we have to see for that pop-up and if the body will be found or not.
Yeah, that's going to be a bit scary. It would be a shame to see that at the exit if that is, because it likely will be done when he's up at the very top floor and then he'll head to exit afterwards. But yeah, hopefully he's going up for it now, which I'd like to hope he is. Meanwhile, though, I think Moo has Blake Nathaniel on the hook. Secret him, he's going to go to that bathroom.
Panium very slightly behind, but with the bump, I think Blake will end up being the first one in a respective bathroom. So Panium with slightly less of leads there, and I think that was Zoe already isolated in the chapel, and I think same would be for Moo.
Yeah.
Given the suit start, you can just do it.
They are second for second, action for action. Except Fanium wants to check the dimensions of the box, as Gord would say.
It's a never wrong thing.
Shouldn't matter too much. No more timings really to hit, but yeah, they just got to get this that shotgun kill. Both have them in the MOC room, so it's gonna be interesting to see how they deal with that because there's a lot of eyes around here. Like one of the most populated areas in any map I can honestly think of, especially outside that window.
Yeah, will be some dragging there. Of course, there wasn't a lot of time to prep this room, but now, of course, everything is here, and Phoenix will be first to start dragging all these bodies. I assume. I was going to say that it might have been just the custodian, the one Chang's person, but I think everyone is KO'd here, so we'll be hidden lots of spaces though.
Yeah, looking pretty good for bottom two players. They're playing really safe. Meanwhile, Pappy is the first person up to the Knight's Armor, so we're going to see if they can get that accident kill. See the word accident come up as well, so that's really good. Oh, and of course, I thought Pappy had a bathroom isolation, but of course she was used the Met grenade, so she actually flew off the map, so that's a nice body hidden as well.
Yep, all good for Papier, the finish, and Phaneum as well with the 2 kills. The loud kill was happening on left side first, and Moo will be the next one to get this loud shotgun kill.
Yeah, so you would like to say that the lead is in favor of Stuffers right now, based on both of them being closest to exit. Mainly the top. Oh, the big whoosh for Moo. He does get out though. And no enforcers now that he's in the elite card once he gets past here. And yeah, that is going to be an exit. Oh, and did we have a restart from Joker? Was the breacher too close for Joker?
He did not get to.
Oh, and Pappy streamed
there though, and Pappy did have. Yeah. Okay, so all the things happening here. For me, Joker got a repeat before reaching the penthouse. So I think it was when dangling off the railing, getting up there. I think he was spotted there. But
that's unfortunate.
The Stuffers are much quicker here and will take the first 2 points.
Yeah, thank you, Joker, for getting rid of that photo finish window. I do think it would have been very close, though. I don't know if they would have gotten... Basically, it was coming down to whether Joker could get from the pipe that he ripped on down to an exit in 30 seconds, and that's quite a difficult task to do.
How about I give a second point to the Stuffers? There you go, and now I can work on the admin message. Yeah, it was just very nicely synced for the two players. I can't even say which was the longer spin because Puppy did also so well with the quicker with the up top spin.
Yeah, that was very unfortunate for Joker. I do think it would have been close, but yeah, at least they made it a bit easier for us to verify it. I would like to turn up their audio a tiny bit, and I realize since I do have the audio output on to capture your voice, we might just when the spin comes live, leave we'll probably stick with Joker and Fanium. Maybe they have some audio up on their stream. We'll just be silent for like the first 20 seconds once the spin comes live. Leave them chat it out because I love hearing the dialogue of teams before or when the spin comes live.
Yeah, please do that. That sounds really good to me to get some insights from them.
Fanium trying some crazy stuff. I love to see it, but it's a pretty viable kill on Klaus. If you panic that guard and catch him when he's in the office, that guard is going to run all the way over to you, and then he'll walk back. Yeah, Marrakesh, very interesting map. One of the maps where fire kills is allowed on both targets, whether the Molotov is good or not. Of course, we'll see Cherry Blossom or Honeycomb for that. But it's just I feel like this map it really comes down to the disguises and your management of them, and if you want to get one before catching Klaus or Razor, etc. So I'm interested to see if we see any cool grabs, especially on Fortune Teller, Intern, or there's one other one, I guess Printing Crew. But yeah, the first two mainly. I love to see a good Fortune Teller and a good Intern.
I'm just excited to see. I've got a ping there, which is scary, but it's just the stream ping from Mendel. Very nice. Thank you for your help. Well, knowing the spin, I'm already excited, but it can just mean so many things. Of course, we've had for a long time the 2.5 minute meta ISO for Klaus, and of course it is still a very decent way to start of a spin, but we have seen quicker and better approaches since then from the double seeker, or well, just emetic on Reza, or of course the Klaus lockdown, and we see if either of these will be viable.
Yeah, that's I'd really like to see some different strats used. Can be scary to use them, but if they are used well, they can save a lot of time, like some seeker stuff. We never know. I do hope. Guess I can check. Unfortunately, I don't think Joker or Fanium have comms coming through the stream. I think Joker is a console player. Wait, now I'm doubting myself.
Double console on the left hand side, of course, and of course double PC on the right hand side. So yeah, I expect no comms from them, and maybe comes from Stuffers.
Ooh, I don't think so actually, which is a shame. I won't join the Discord for the sake of just it being difficult for ourselves going back and forth. But I'm sure there won't be.
Fine.
We even saw it last time, especially with Stuffers. Their comms are essentially, I'll do the top one, you do the bottom one. There's no lack of knowledge between the two. And I'm sure with Joker and Fanium, who are extremely experienced real rivals players, they're pretty much just gonna pick whichever one looks prettier.
Yeah, I eventually will reach like, of course, these later rounds, and maybe well, not a formal interview, but we will hear their thoughts during and after the match. And I'm just curious to see what they think is like a better spin, or what their approach is to tackling these. Of course, the Stuffers just it's easy when you're able to do all the spins, so just not a lot of declaration you have to do.
Yeah, and with that as well, we finally get to see these amazing Marrakesh spins. And what do we got? We have Reza Zaydan Silence Pistol as a constant security, and then Klaus Strandberg Injected Poison Headmaster for spin number 1. And then, oh my god, what a spin for the second one. Reza Loud Explosive Weapon in Suit, and then Klaus Hugo Strandberg Prisoner Electrocution.
You know, a spin is spicy when you have to check the rules if it's legal, but Prisoner is a remote-only disguise for Klaus, which means that limited amount of kills are legal there, and in the Providence rule, it is said that you can do prisoner and well, I close the tab now, but a few amount of kills, which is explosive weapon, explosive accident, consume poison, but electrocution is one of the, of course, with the railing. So should be
Yeah,
a nice timing related approach there.
exactly. I was about to say, even if you'd be very scared, even if you are doing that spin to start consulate janitor, set it up and go to prisoner, because that timing is tight. So I'm intrigued to see how comfortable they are with approaching that straight away as well. Like we can't actually tell. I would assume that Joker is going for headmaster, so that would make him do the top spin. I appreciate them always picking the spin that looks nicer on stream. It's been like a blessing in disguise. Oh, but
Yeah, any other combination is just hard to follow. Yeah, there's 4 default starts, of course, once because of the suit start, and the other reason is the headmaster disguise.
yeah, exactly. And yeah, good point as well from chat there. The suit spin, so you can't even start consulate to get that electrocution set up. So you're probably going to do a second cycle. Actually, you don't have a choice. I don't think there's no way you can, unless you delayed Klaus somehow. There's no way you're going to get start suit, get prisoner. Oh, and a quick rip from Joker actually. Yeah, there's no way you could figure all that out in time. So we're going to see a long spin, I think, for spin number 2. And it also looks like Moo is getting headmaster, so we have our players and the spins they're doing confirmed. They are swapped, unfortunately, this time, but
If only it was easier for someone to switch the spins, because it's just one action instead of switching the streams, but it's really not necessary and would just make it complicated.
actually,
Yeah,
did Fanium claim the headmaster one? I swear I just saw Joker grab headmaster and then rip after he came down the pipe. So yeah, maybe Fanium claimed it. So they are actually matched up like side by side, but they are inverted. But yeah, that's interesting. I'm curious if they had comms there to say Joker didn't feel comfortable doing it.
yes, you're right there. I think Joker definitely started with a K on a headmaster. And then by the time we see the Phanium Reap there as the headmaster, I think Joker has changed locations.
Oh, and interesting stuff here from Joker. We just saw a lockdown. So he is going to try lockdown Klaus, go get prisoner, come back, and get the cycle after that. That's going to be interesting to see if that pays off for him.
Okay, and now I understand the situation. Just try to mention it before the spin is over. Joker J will do the top spin as headmaster, obviously, with as he's now the concealed security. But Phanium, I think, just wanted to debuffer the suit disguise, and perhaps now as prisoner, now just wants to set up the prisoner kill,
Oh, wow.
the electrocution, which he can't really do in the hostile disguise. But yeah, we'll see some
Yeah, that's a good
significant
catch.
back and forth here.
Yeah, really good catch. Just perfect scenario. There's so many scenarios where there's another spin that it looks like they're doing. So yeah, that's just quite funny, I suppose, from Vanium. They picked the exact disguise that Joker would need.
But here we have the first spin, even though long animation, Moo is definitely in time for, or didn't change disguises early. So I have to say, Moo gets the Klaus kill as the headmaster, and as constant security, it is now a long but straightforward obstacle course through the enforcer heavy streets of Marrakesh.
Yeah, Reza essentially is just a poor man's Robert Knox laptop, isn't he? You just essentially only did the one ISO for him, so we shouldn't see anything too crazy from it. Wonderful if we got any consulate keys from Mill, but regardless, he is in the lead, so I think even if you went default, he'd be looking pretty good. Fanium as well gets the prisoner, so he should be okay with that because he did set up Reza, so no one's gonna come in and see that prisoner.
And I wonder what's left for Phanium. I think it is just a lot of weight for. No, Phanium wasn't at the consulate yet, so he does need to leg it up a little.
Oh, so yeah, he might just be buffering a bit closer, but yeah, that's interesting. You don't see the prisoner running out here very often.
No, and it's a very what a rare combination of disguises here and kill methods rather. The fact that Klaus is on a timer, but you can't start consulate.
Yeah, exactly. So let's see if that Joker panic at the beginning is actually going to help him a lot because I'm sure it wear off, or it will wear off soon. Klaus is actually in the center of town.
Uh,
That's interesting. I don't
he's
think he's secured.
coming out of the shoe shop for Joker, and in a minute or so he will be ready for the, well, I'd say isolation, but as headmaster it will just be a poke.
Oh yes, of course. And say we since I mistook them at the beginning, I was swapping the Klaus kill, but yeah, that is pretty nice optimization then from Joker, getting Klaus to come to you.
Of course, you can't hear their comments, but it would have been really similar to something like Joker claiming, "Oh, it's lockdown, lockdown, I can do it," and just the fact that he will be the quicker, probably on the quicker spin, but a very confident lockdown setup here, just a poke remaining, and we'll have the first finisher from the champions.
Yeah, very nice from Moo right now. He's flying through his spin, just waiting for Razor to come up, and then we'll see a bit more running to get to the either the consulate car. I'm sure he'll get the. Actually, I suppose when your teammate's a bit behind, you might as well just take the default and not risk getting keys. There's literally no reason to unless you're very confident. But regardless, I think yeah, Moose should be fine as long as this Razor Cool goes ahead. Papier, however, though, still hard to say. A lot to do. Does have to get the electrocution kill.
It's of course very tricky to say because of the two setup disguises. 6 minutes in almost for both players, and it seems like they've made no progress. But of course, there is isolation both done. The prisoner disguise acquired, but it's just really a question if these players can do second cycle electrocution, or will they not risk it? Because I think this will be an awfully close timing. Fanium will be the first one we'll know about.
And I don't know if I missed it, but did is Joker waiting for something to happen? He is doing. We confirmed the headmaster injected poison. Correct. He is in the disguise. So what
We
is the purpose of waiting here for Klaus? Maybe to walk past a certain way.
That is a good point. I think the fact that I think he's waiting for a point, which is a bit later in the run, where Klaus will sit down on a bench, and from that, yeah, we can see he's now really close. And the distraction
Whoa.
will be, this is the late setup for the lockdown strat. Couldn't make it early. He was close, but didn't want to risk it.
This is
We now have the
I've
second
never
kill.
seen this. This is amazing to me. I didn't even know about these kinds of strategies. I've never really seen. Oh, it's gonna get messy here. Please run towards the body. He's lucky.
He did want to chain it so the body isn't found, but Klaus is far enough away. We just don't need a GRB here, but
Oh,
I think that's looking good for Joker.
yeah. And now it's down to prisoner electrocution people, and they're both very close on timing. About 20 seconds between them, and it's hard to say who actually has a lead. It does look like Fanium's looking pretty good. Although, how Fanium doesn't have prisoner here, does he? Did he put it next to him?
The thing here is that the second cycle is just not possible, and this is one of the very few spins where they want to get the 7-minute kill, and Fanium is waiting for a moment when Klaus leaves the railing so that he can turn on and go back for the third cycle electrocution. And I think Papier must do the same. So
yeah,
it's gonna be
so
nice
it's coming
to cast
down
these
to
best frames.
who comes off the railing first, and it looks like Fanium has that tiny bit of lead. I'm trying to see how many seconds it is. Oh, it looks
7:59 in-game time on our side.
And then right now they come off again. Yeah, I think it's about 10 to 15 seconds lead for Fanium if nothing happens to Klaus in a cycle.
And yeah, I think this was the question, if in any way, shape, or form a second cycle is possible, but it just isn't. And from this point, it's just a hell of a lot of waiting.
Yeah, so much waiting.
Fanium will have to watch out for that guard. I almost said that he might need to be paying attention, but he dropped a gun for him already.
Oh, yeah, his silenced pistol. He doesn't need that anymore.
Truly a one-of-a-kind Marrakesh spin. We've had one of the worst Marrakesh spins. I can't remember, but in the group stages I said this line. And now I think it's one of the most uniques.
Prisoner electrocution Klaus is, yeah, disgusting. It's It's a perfect mix of wanting to optimize and horrible timings and cycles. Like you just can't do it as fast as your brain wants to do. But they're doing well. It's really cool to see that they both have the same idea and they're very close in terms of their strategy. We just see different approaches, like different routes to the same place, but the timings were almost ideal up till that Klaus stuff. But yeah, it's unless I think something major happens, it's really hard to say if there's a chance for Papier to gain that 10 to 15 seconds we saw from Klaus leaving the railing because nothing should speed or slow that up.
No, I can't really think of anything. The amount of time spent in the pause menu would maybe be a difference, but it should really be minimal. And Papier already making nice progress. He definitely will exit Army Truck after the electrocution in the suit and after detonating the loud explosive. And Finim is going the long way around, but we have seen how long the second cycle is. He definitely has enough time to get a legal disguise.
Yeah, I'm not even too sure. The cycle is probably like 3-ish minutes, right? Because it takes what, like 2:30 from office for Klaus to get there for the ISO, and then probably like 40 seconds to get back to his office and restart.
I cannot remember what I said out loud on the second cycle timing. Was it 7:50?
Yeah, so that'd be 5 minutes. So we'd have until 12 and a
Mm-hmm.
half with that logic. So yeah, but 2 minutes left. A lot of waiting, and I hope Papier has his keys. I assume he does, but he has no reason to wait here. I'd like to see them both wait by the exit because that could be the difference, honestly.
Papier is unsure about the second or the third cycle, and I think he wants to get the keys without changing out of disguise.
He's trying to make the 2 minutes as fulfilling as possible by forcing himself to be in a hostile disguise, grabbing these keys. Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
he's just going
he is taking
past.
some action. Oh, he left the suit here, surely. Or is it just an elite guard? This guy is naked, so this guy's the disguise is used
Ah,
before.
of course. Yeah, he's still. Yeah, I thought his suit was still outside, but yeah, he's gonna do the non-let go first electrocution, then swap the suit. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of waiting. And if you were to look at it, you would think that there's actually a really big chance Papier could gain the time back because Fanium, I think, has a suit on the roof, and he has to go down the pipe, go shimmy along that ledge, and then run over to the car. Whereas Papier just has to go down the stairs, and he's pretty much next to it. So it's gonna be so close.
It does feel like it is really intense gameplay. I don't think I've seen this one before, not this high level. And of course, the spin just forces this. Uh,
Oh,
Papier is closer to the exit, but the fact that he's pausing,
oh, yeah, that pause. He obviously he doesn't isn't aware, but if he was, he would not be opening up any pause menu. This must be agonizing for both of them. They must be waiting for the spin to disappear.
I think you show 100 spins to these players. This is the only one where they don't find an in-game time finish of under 12 minutes.
This,
I just
yeah,
cannot think of a worse combination of spins.
this is a daily spin.
Yeah.
Honestly, that you doing like you probably doing like 4 minutes once you've done it like 6 7 times. But this is their first time doing it, so to be fair to them, they haven't ripped unless they had a really early one, of course. But I think they're looking
Yeah.
pretty good.
4 players and 0 rips in Marrakesh, or of course the reshuffling of Joker J and Fadium was one, but yeah, just really impressive. I don't mean the waiting is impressive, but all the gameplay so far.
The timing must be. I think Fanium's about to get the kill. Also, does Fanium have the consulate keys? Because if he doesn't go for that exit, that could confirm it as well. But I would like to think he has them.
I do feel like from this point, he's also fine to take the stairs because it's just such a long agility action to get to the pipe. I think leaving
Oh,
it would be his
this.
choice here.
He also has to get past the guard if he has a bad cycle. At when he's going to the truck, if they're at the bottom of the pipe, there's the electrocution kill.
That was legal. I think, yeah, every split second counts there, but yeah, as suit, it will be main exit for him. And one last enforcer to dodge, but he's on a good cycle.
There's a kill for Papier. Oh, I do think Fanium is looking good here.
He might hit
He,
the photo finish range of 30 seconds, but the fact that Papier can jump through this one, it's going to make it really close.
oh,
It's not just 30 seconds, it will be
about 12, 13 seconds. Not with that pause. Just Oh, no, I think delays like that and another 3 seconds for exit. It's going to be agonizingly close.
It will be 17 seconds in favor of twice arrived champions. And we'll have to see what Papier will react to that, because he's a PC player. But I'll shut up and inform the players because they are eagerly waiting for this one. It's 8 seconds past the minute and 25 past the minute, so 17 in it.
Perfect. Yeah, it's what an ending. That was exactly what I wanted from a Marrakesh. That's you couldn't wish for a closer spin than that.
And yeah, this I just have to reiterate myself that I think this is the worst spin ever for
Honestly,
Marrakesh. The second time I'm saying this.
I can't think of any other kill for Reza that would be tougher. Honestly, like he is a weird one. Maybe falling object would be a bit annoying. But obviously, it's the toilet, but still, it'd be interesting regardless. Maybe another live kill for Reza would have been fun.
But all right, there's no immediate waving, which means that I will go and check out the loading times. And if there is developments, I will come back to you.
Yeah, no worries at all. Yeah, what an amazing Marrakesh we had. We will be moving on to Hokkaido next, which is a lot more friendly, I think, than Marrakesh usually is. Players very comfortable on this map. I've seen an insane amount of strategies. There's so much control that these ruler players have on a map like this. And when it comes to Eric, he is probably one of the nicest targets in the whole trilogy, in my opinion. He kind of just waits there and you can have 2 or 3 just approaches to him. But yeah, I can see that. Yeah, Papier saying as well, he did have 1 load. And yeah, they're just conferring about and exchanging strats about how they approached it. I will set up actually a prediction. I can leave it run for a long time, of course, but I can't actually pay out the prediction because I don't know who won yet. Of course. We will give it a bit of time, of course, till we know. But I do think it's in favor of our champs with that 17-second head start. But we really don't know. I'm very curious to see these players. I know they will actually do this spin after the fact. Once the match is concluded. I can see the players conferring in the TPC chat as well about what strats they were doing, talking about lockdown. Joker getting a 601 IGT actually, and it looked like Moo got a 628 lockdown at IGT as well. And yeah, nice to see as well them talking about that they took their time due to the fact that the other players had such a disgusting spin. It's really not often you can give them a spin that forces them to be stuck in Marrakesh for almost 12 minutes. Yeah, and after this, just to inform people, after Hokkaido, we're moving to Colorado. If this map goes to Joker and Fanium, it'll be guaranteed that we're going to be at least going to Colorado. And if we get past Colorado, we'll be going to Whittleton Creek after that. So we're going to be staying in America for the last 2 maps. So it's really going to be interesting. And I will just give them a refresh, just so if there's any delays that have been catching up throughout the stream, we can be sure to be as close to the action as possible. Yeah, Hokkaido's going to be very, very quick. We've seen some crazy spins as of late, especially when they can start in the suite and get Yuki straight away. And it looks like we have the score thanks to In4Fun with the amazing adminning. So yeah, Fanium had loaded for 9 seconds, Papi out 7. So actually it extended the lead by 2 seconds for our champions today do take Marrakesh, leveling out the score to 2-2.
Yep, it was a quick photo finish to make, but figured I take my time with it because you kept it up very nicely. And yeah, 36 past the hour, so I better get on it and tie up the score and get ready for the third spin. Before I see the spins, we have had such interesting spins so far. I'm expecting at least one falling object or some hostile shenanigans, but
yeah,
we just have to see in 4 minutes.
Some Maya Parvati Fiberware Scarecrow, please. You never know though. Yeah, it's really nice to see the chatting amongst them. Complaining about Klaus' third cycle, 13 minutes and 30 seconds. Oh lord, that is quite crazy.
It's not something that you learn for any given competition, and it just shows that even though this spin didn't need a lot of improvisation knowledge, but a lot of tenacity to keep at it for 30 minutes, and they definitely did. And we have an even score so far. It's now first to 3 rather, best of 3 maps.
Yeah, and it guarantees we're going to be going to Colorado, or not? Yeah, Colorado. So I'm excited for that because that's a very fun map to see. 4 people playing at once. There's a lot going on, and good luck to you keeping track of 16 kills, of course.
I just have to keep my advice which I gave to crew to at least not worry about the early isolation, since not much will happen then unless I get a very fortunate kill. But yeah, 4 targets will be something to keep up, and you just see if we'll have someone on match point by then.
Yeah,
and pressure will be on.
because I have a feeling we're not going to get a draw from Hokkaido. It's it's one of the fastest maps and one of the the record. What was it? 3 times shared. 3 minutes 25 seconds. That does include planning, of course, and getting the spin.
Yep.
Just mind-boggling how quick you can do this. You can probably run from one end to the other in about a minute and a half. But
It's
yeah,
one of those maps
so
where
true.
the world record seems so well. It's not even optimized, but out of pure coincidence, it is 3:25. It can be definitely under 3 minutes with some ridiculous reflexes and the zero pressure of, for example, a group stage. I think under 2 would be the human limit, but we won't check it here. And of course, we would need 2 spins to go their way for a finish like that. Yeah, we have to see what kind of spins we get here.
Yeah, I'm excited. Out of curiosity, a gondola doesn't count for any kind of kill condition. I was just thinking when I saw Fanium do it. Does it actually count?
So there is the mentality differences between servers. For here, we define the fall kill as something after vertical dop that is lethal, and we would count the gondola as that. So should we get Lucky fall, we can shoot the gondola, but that's a server exclusive.
Yeah, of course, yeah. That would be amazing to see. But we'll never know. The next one's coming up, and since I took the last one, you can of course take this one in for fun.
Yeah, I am so sorry for, I guess, the jinx and maybe rigging it to my favor, but we have the Yuki Yamazaki falling object as resort security there, with the silenced AR as the resort staff in the bottom spin. But the top one is also quite extreme in speed because it's silenced pistol in suit for Soders and explosion accident as resort security for Yuki. So it is one of the quickest spins and one of the hardest combinations of Hokkaido, both here today.
Yeah, and straight away Papa's already in Morgue, which is probably one of the fastest kills. You can actually shoot him in this room as well. You could probably kill that target SA in about 4 seconds if you were crazy. So it's just so crazy to me how fast people can get this Eric kill. But then we do have a replan from Joker. It was a really quick one, but will cost them.
And the longer replan for Phanium, and I think starting location might be changing here. And yes, that is resort staff. Phanium looking bottom spin, as well as Mu with the sushi lure, which is not cigarette focused, that we discussed it in private. But yeah, this will be a really quick lure for Yuki to get to the restaurant. So watch out for a quick falling object for Mu.
Yeah, super nice. And for resort staff, that's kind of the last puzzle piece now in this Spin. I'm not sure what the best one is, and I think Moo realizes it's the same thing.
The free disguise in the shower,
Yeah, hopefully he does
right in
realize.
this room.
Oh my god, this is both of these spins in a weird way are kind of um cookie cutter. They're just everything is located at very close. But yeah, really nice from Moo. And the fact he did do that sushi though so quickly does mean he probably will have the advantage in terms of Yuki getting there. Because I don't think does doing it later actually make her faster if she's closer. It's very hard to say.
Uh, Greor is the person in the community with a really extensive sushi document, and I can't remember the exact timings. Probably Moo does, given his confidence, but there is a tiny window where the sushi is the quickest. But I think that what really matters here is that Moo got her moving quick enough, and after the Soder's kill, she'll still be there for the second kill and exit helicopter.
Oh, and I don't like that from. Oh, he does get it. Pappy already escaping. That breacher did look like it was landing, or the propane and breacher looked like they were landing far away from Yuki, but close enough to get the kill. And that was very fast. That actually would have been record. That was
Yep,
2:38, I think. 2:28.
It is the sub 3 which we were expecting, and I think it can go even quicker with some nice conditions. But very impressive by Papier. Joker will take second place if he nails this explosive accident. But
I thought he was going to
really
keep bumping until
here.
she got back into the suite there. He was really making sure. Very nice from Joker. And yeah, it all comes down, like we saw with other spins, it comes down to the tougher one. Although Moo is looking really good right now. Just has to wait for a falling object opportunity. Which he could still rip shooting because he is an illegal carry disguise, so. Oh, and do we get it here? Oh, so nice.
And that is 3 minutes and 19 seconds or
Double
for these
recce.
two spins. I think not even the first time that they've done this is just so impressive there.
Yeah, I mean,
Combination of knowledge in Hokkaido.
you can't beat that. All that came down to was who loaded in quicker, honestly, and Moo just had the advantage, and he just clinical. That was super nice. They definitely should be proud of that because
This is just perfection, and on 2 spins as well. And they've done this against us in a different spin where they both beaten the world record. They are just really good there. 44 is fine here for our 4th spin.
and they're very happy with that double recce. Saying double time. Keep picking Hokkaido against us. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, this was the RR champs pick, so because we go B, A, A, B, so the second and third map was by Joker and Ferium, so unless the Suffers have picked it before, they can pick it in the next round.
Yeah. So I'm really intrigued. I'm definitely going to be scared playing that against them if they are our opponents. But yeah, just that's crazy. And of course, I think, I don't know if you said it, but the other recce was actually against ourselves, wasn't it? In the knockout stages. They both got, I think the record broken with that, it was something like Fall, the bodyguard, and then Eric Soder's handyman sniper rifle or something.
It was a quick one in the other direction, yeah, starting with the Yuki kill and then go to Soder's. I mean, they just know the map in and out.
Yeah, super nice, and yeah, it's definitely going to be a ban. Not that I don't think they could pick it. We'll have to mathematically make sure, but yeah, that's I would be scared to play it against them.
Yeah, no doubt. Right, 8 targets in front of me. Let's see if these are all legal. The first one is, and it seems like the second one as well, but can never be too sure.
And it seems I was going to say as well, 2 times our champions need a win here because a draw is not enough. Colorado is one of the maps you actually could draw on. You see like 2 or 3 like long attempts usually come to about 8 minutes. So if they do get some really unfortunate late rips, then we're gonna see a draw. But I really don't expect that to happen. But yeah, basically they do need to win this map. Otherwise, Toughest Turn Builders will proceed to the final. And our champions go against Mika and Zero in the 3rd place playoffs. Jesus, that's a good tongue twister.
which we really hope it gets played. I think the best chance for it is tomorrow, or maybe Thursday.
Hmm.
I guess a small story of the last couple of days is that both players of the Geometry Dash refugees are unavailable on the final weekend. And that was causing a little bit of stress for us
Yeah.
as long as they were in with a shout of the final, because that would probably mess with the schedule a bit. Fortunately for us, of course, that didn't happen, but we really hope that they can still play out their last matches.
Yeah, I would love to see them earn their spot for third place if they can, of course. Oh, I love this. I don't know if you saw it there, but Moo using the baseball and the baseball bat to get both of them before even getting downstairs. It's just so much safer than
These
having to pick up.
age-old, these age-old isolations, just I love that they keep getting improved and made safer and better.
Yeah, and that's the key, I think, to these players. They're just honestly knocking out of the park. Oh, move with the next snap. And the knocking out of the park definitely wasn't the baseball bat and the baseball reference. But yeah.
Yeah, but potentially the final spin of the semi-final round, but the RR champs. No, it's not the RR champs pick. My apologies.
Oh.
They have to play this away from home, and yeah, pressure is as high as they can get, but 30 minutes on the timer, and one final point to get for the Stuffers. What do we have here, Observer in Colorado?
Oh boy. We have, first off, suit falling object for Sean Rose, Penelope Graves, we have a loud kill with the SMG, malicious soldier, Ezraberg pistol as the explosive specialist, and some consumed poison as the scarecrow for Maya. That's a bit of timing to keep track of. For our second spin, we have Sean Rose, kitchen knife, scarecrow, Penelope Graves, electrocution as the militia cook, Ezraberg, cleaver as the point man, and Maya Parvati, loud SMG as the technician. So we do have, hard to say, especially Penelope. I would expect a live kill for Penelope, because unless we see some seeker inside of the house to get her to the bathroom. But that's going to be interesting.
There is a timing to be made here after the Ezra ISO, which is luckily KO kill. You can set up the puddle in the technician area. Oh, triple restarts quickly. Oh, it's early in the spin anyways. You can set up next to the Interpol badge guy and leg it to the militia cook. You should be time for that. I think a minute 40, minute 50 kill.
Oh, okay. Hopefully we do see something safe along those lines then. But yeah, we had a triple restart there, so if you were worried about timing, such as Maya Parvati, we can tell. We have Moo doing the top spin because he started in suit, and Papier doing the bottom spin because of the lack of suit. And same for Joker and Fanium. Top player doing top spin, bottom player doing the bottom spin. I appreciate it, guys.
I cannot thank them enough, indeed. If you mean the Maya consume poison kill timings,
Yeah.
I have it down, but I had to open my notes for it. 5 minutes and 40 seconds.
So yeah, that I do think we'll see a lot of stuff done by then. Of course, I don't expect to be the last kill because this is a very heavy map in terms of what you got to fetch. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see the timings and if that lead from Moo actually pays off. Which actually was it Papier that? No, it was Moo that was fine. He must have spent a long time in the pause menu because he's almost last in IGT now. But
Yeah, you're right. No, Papi was the one who didn't restart.
oh, okay, of course that makes sense. Then yeah, so he does have about a 20-second lead. Fanium not far behind though.
Yeah, Mu has placed the taser, and I think Fanium as well, because there's a detonator in hand, and they will leg it to the canteen area. They're very crudely, it's the pissing guy. If he gets out of the picture, then you can get a lure on the militia cook. And yeah, it's tight, but it is doable, and it is consistent that you can get this electrocution there.
Yeah, and it looks like Papier is really comfortable with the timing.
But Mu was missing a step, I think, unless it was the
Oh,
Penelope's guard who reacted to the distraction. I don't remember a distraction for the first technician, and yeah, he does indeed check out the puddle after a while.
yeah, that could be the difference. Yeah, that's super unfortunate. That's just one of those things that happened happens when you haven't done a kill like that in a long time. It's just that tiny little step that causes the whole like tower to collapse. If you don't remember that one little detail, you see it time and time
Yeah.
again.
I also don't want to blame it on Mu, because I do remember now some instances where the first bodyguard of Penelope stepped into the puddle first, but it seemed like the distraction was on the Interpol guy, so we'll have to see about that one. No kill for Phanium though, but I think he already electrified the puddle, so that's a bit interesting as well.
Yeah, so that will be interesting to see if he can get it soon. He's in the right disguise, so he's pretty much prepared for it to happen. But yeah, it's hard to say. Papier as well, he's flying through, he's getting some disguises out of the way. Oh, that body was scary. Sean ran past, or strolled past even.
Phanium with the explosive specially disguised. I think the fact that Maya is a setup at 540 and Sean is a falling object, really only viable in the main house. There's the hay bell, but let's suppose it's the 6-minute timing. I don't think there's much Papier can do, so he's already going for the basement kills.
And yeah, I'm sure feeling a little bit more comfortable now that that Penelope kill is out of the way, so he can move on with all of the other ones, which are all non-live kills. So this is definitely what you'd like to see. Of course, kitchen knife and cleaver as well. I didn't even realize where the bottom's been. It seems to be a popular combo. Always the cook as well. Seems like they always like to go hand in hand. So it's nice that they can pretty much stay in character, do a bit of role playing, and get the kill. Of course, the cook is the only person who isn't for those non-live kills. Doesn't get to use his own utensils.
Yeah, travesty, no doubt. Phanium cannot really get the scarecrow this time. Still some eyes on him, and just decides to accelerate these cycles with a distraction.
Ooh, I don't know if I'm a fan of this.
Still no prompt, and that's the lucky part, that if you can't you can't get in combat because there's no prompt for you to blend in. Blending out is more hard, but Phanium
Yeah,
is really set back by this.
yeah. He just decided I'm just going to leave that till the end when people aren't there. Just a good call, but yeah, it could be a bit annoying in time wise. We do see Mu getting the kill this time around on Penelope, but they got an NTK again.
Yeah, yeah. I fear that is the inconsistent part, and that might just be the reason he got the first NTK, but it just doesn't want to work out for Mu.
Oh yeah, now this is definitely making an interesting Colorado. Just this one kill, trying to move for a loop. And yeah, I'm not too familiar in it, so I literally have no idea. But like you said, it could just be a lack of distraction, or the guard walking ahead, or just any inconsistency that we're not aware of. But must be something going wrong because Fanium looked very comfortable in that kill. He did do it.
Now this, I mean, I love this combo that Sean is a falling object and Maya is consume poison, because they are now both talking. You
Oh,
can see it on Papi's side,
so
but it
correct. But
after all won't delay Maya, but Sean, I think, saw the body, and it might turn into a lockdown and a couple extra minutes of delay, but
uh,
this is once again a
is
scene
Sean
where
gonna go
what
to the
else
front
can you
door?
do?
Is oh okay. I thought Pappy was eyeing up Sean Rose to get him when he came out of the barn, and I was going to be so impressed by not waiting for him to come back to the house and instead using the hay bale for Sean. Would have loved to seen it.
Imagine that, yeah. There's the lockdown, and it won't end the run, and it won't find any bodies, to my knowledge, but it will make the spin a bit longer. Chokoji gets the poison now and will face the same, not really issue, but feature of this spin.
Yeah, interesting to see. I do feel like Joker had a tiny earlier
Oh,
poison kill.
and the movie starts, sorry. The cook, after so many close calls, this time it just did not work and was spotted from the canteen area. So it's
Uh
more setback for stuffers.
yeah, that's pretty much all down to Moon now on this Colorado. And yeah, Timby, it's actually first to five, sorry. So a draw would be enough for the stuffers here, but have to say, two-time RR champions Joker and Fanium are looking really good right now, and Fanium finally gets that Scarecrow that I was cursed to get. He did get a peekaboo, I would like to say, all the way up.
Wow, wow. 2 kills on 3 screens, and definitely not appreciating the fact that I guess the coup, sorry, didn't work out for him. And this leaves Papier with I think, relieving knowledge that he has 7 minutes on his teammates. So Sean, he can definitely wait for, and then he has Penelope, which is a loud kill, but yeah, there are so many ways to handle this one. The real
Yeah.
question is if Vanium can finish it off, and then Joker.
Yeah, Joker is similar to Marrakesh. Actually, for both the top players, they have I'd say, the tougher spin, and they gotta look at their target in the distance again, and then finish the last thing they need to do and get to an exit. So it's very similar. Same players having the same kind of dilemma, having to wait. Oh, and a bit of a whoosh from Joker.
Yeah,
He's good.
Joker was in a bit of trouble because he spent at least a minute up here trying to get the face mask. And you can see Sean is still, well, not in lockdown, but in the explosive area. And we'll be coming back in a minute or so. 2 minutes rather.
And how's it looking for Papia? He is already prepped on the box, and I can catch a glimpse of a red square, which looks like it's by the car you'd usually get that explosion kill on. I really can't tell.
Panium with the last kill. It is correct, but it is so close with the whoosh there.
Wow. I just caught the end of it, but yeah. For a moment, I actually thought I'd ripped because I saw so much going on. But yeah, very nice from Fanium. Oh
He
my
was
god.
basically full, but yeah.
What a way to end it for Fanium. That would have been the deciding factor in giving them a chance to come back. Oh, however though, Happy does have the chance for this falling object kill here now. Does this work naturally? It does. Very nice from Papier. I haven't seen many people do that. That's super nice. No knockouts needed. Joker is about to get a chance to do this kill as well. I think. Oh, it's just Sean doing his little OCD prep before he enters with the 1, 2, 3 in his watch.
Yep. And the 9-minute timing, what does it do with the cycles? Because you may be familiar with the 6-minute timing and know which NPCs to look out for, but it's going to be different. And I think the animation is finishing there. Oh god, Joker so close there. Opts for a KO. Needs to get this falling object.
Oh, the whoosh scared me so bad. I won't lie. I was scared of somehow just
Wow.
lock on. But yeah, although the top two players are pretty synced up, either we need to see a rip from Joker. Pretty much just a rip from Joker. Actually, I think is the only like deciding factor that could give Stuffers a chance to finish this match up.
Yeah, it always comes down to the second player, so it is a Joker versus Moo fight. And Puppy knows that he has at least 4 or 5 minutes, but of course it's just a run to the tornado shelter for him. There was the SMG already, and this is a very exotic but still militia soldier disguise. And Joker also taking the long way there.
Yeah, I'm starting to wait. So wait, wait. Yeah, no, it is Penelope left for
Yep,
Joker. For some reason, I thought Maya. Oh, everything seems scary now that Joker is. Oh my god. Joker gets spotted through the window by the mechanic. That is that is insanely unlucky.
that's
Oh, my heart skipped a beat there just as I said it as well.
first of all, it's not even a situation where you even find yourself often. I don't even know what causes a death guard to enter the room because naturally you never find anyone in there. I assume it's related to the long in-game time that has been spent and the Sean lockdown. And then the fact that I think it was a technician working on the car on a really unlucky cycle. It's just a devastating rip for the two-time world champions.
Oh, yeah, that's super unfortunate. That really hurts because Joker was pretty much he did have a loud kill to finish up with, but that's so unfortunate. I can't imagine the sinking feeling from that. So yeah, Mu had the chance to clutch this up. He did get the Penelope kill sorted as well, which was his biggest hurdle, and the cook as well. I think was an issue, but of course, since he got the electrocution kill, he is fine, and that is his third kill. He's actually flying through this with his third kill at 5 minutes. and 1 kill left to do.
Just the Maya Parvati loud kill, which we've seen Fenium do it so close to ripping.
Oh
I
lord.
I think it can be safer though if we were to wait for the cycle of the other technician, not the one that Joker ripped to. But it is
Oh.
still allowed here to go.
Oh, Moo with the.
That was unexpected as well, yeah.
Does look good though. Has the disguise he needs. Also, am I crazy or did Moo just knock out a point man and then change into technician? He just picked the one up on the bed, didn't he?
He just wanted to speed up the spin in a way that he doesn't have to wait for the. He's the spec ops, not the point man, but it doesn't change the story.
Ah, okay.
He would have guarded the free disguise and just didn't want to wait for him to move away.
Ah, of course, yeah. So here we go. This is the moment of truth. We saw how scary it was for Fanium, and
Oh, Mu does have a significant obstacle ahead of him. Sorry, these two militia soldiers would make it now impossible to drag Maya to that dump, and I really don't know if the distraction was enough or not.
even if he drags her out right now and does the kill, it's going to be very scary, right? I know the distance is generous enough, but oh no.
These two are only a problem in the doorway. The view cone ends here. They won't see the kill, but it is that last guard who is now inside, so there will not be any whoosh there. But they still have to dodge those two.
Oh my days. So close for Moo, and I have to say, it looks like he's in the clear. And is he going to go for this exit? Yeah, you gotta do the victory exit, and they probably are pretty confident in terms of finishing. They could be thinking it's very close right now, but yeah, it's pretty set in stone. No bodies to be found, to my knowledge, from Moo. Does have a bit of a run left, but well, and yes, Sparkles, that is how it ends. Super unfortunate there for our champs, with that one singular moment of something going wrong is all it takes. And like I said, at the end of a Colorado, it's heartbreaking, but it do be like that, exactly. What a match, I have to say.
This is just a one of a kind match. This spin itself wasn't the one with the most unique spins, but the most unique action of the heartbreaking 10-minute rip of Joker, basically deciding that we will not go to a mat number 5, and Staffers and Builders take their revenge after losing the roulette relay final to them, to Joker, Fanium, and K Kaneta. Danny is not here from the Staffers side, but just what a match. I'm not sure what I can say as well. And yeah, Joker did finish map number 3, and that's not even a headline moment. There has been 5 other things that's been more exciting here.
Damn. Yeah, very nice for Joker to take the third. I think the third map is the only map they did take, which is quite funny. It's a very underdog story. But yeah, that does confirm our finalists for the Providence Cup, and that is going to be Stuffers turned Builders, which is Papier and Moo, of course, going against ourselves, the Formulads, myself, and In4Fun, and that's going to be taking place, I think, on Sunday is the official date. So that's going to be a match, and of course, the third place playoffs is going to be 2 times our champions, Joker and Fanium, going against Mika and Zeron, the iconic Geometry Dash refugees. Such a good name. But yeah, what a match. And I can see in chat as well, Joker obviously a bit not upset, but just understanding that he was so close, tantalizingly close, but he got taken away from him in the last moment. But they played amazing regardless, and that last moment is just so unfortunate for them.
That's an understatement. Not the final kill, the final disguise changing the course of this long Colorado. And yeah, there is no place for what ifs, but we were looking for a 4-4, and it would have been a Whittleton Creek ending. Am I correct in that? Yes, the 2 unofficial record holders of Whittleton Creek. Wow.
Yeah. Lots of words on that. Very close ending. It would have been amazing, of course, to see another decider for both the semis. Would have been such a way to end it and have us on the edge of our seat. But yeah, just that one mistake, and I'm sure it'll haunt Joker. But they're not out of it. They still have a chance to claim third place, and that's going to be very soon, as you said, because of the fact Geometry Dash refugees are on a bit of a deadline for Thursday, so we'll probably see that match tomorrow. We'll, of course, let you know if we get any heads up. Just keep a look on the TPC matches chat for any announcements. With that as well, I'll just show people the brackets, even though I did say them. But yeah, of course, doesn't even need to be updated because people will get the gist.
Well, I did anyway.
Oh,
it just the refresh.
Of course.
Does not work without 7 refreshes.
There we go. So yeah, finals are confirmed. Moo and Pappy versus myself and In4Fun for the final, which will be taking place on Sunday. And like I said, Geometry Dash, Refugees, Mika and Zevran going against 2x our champs, Joker and Fanium. So they're not out of it. It's generous with the knockout stages, even though it's knockout when you get to semi-finals. You have a second chance to get a position up. But yeah, honestly, I don't think I even have much more to say in regards to that match. It was amazing nonetheless. That Marrakesh spin was iconic, and they all played amazingly and so similar. I have to say, they were very co-aligned the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, once you reach a certain level of gameplay, there's not a lot of ways you can play roulette other than perfectly, and that is what we've seen here today. And just hats off to these players, and I don't want to talk down ourselves. I think we've seen the 2 best teams of this tournament, just sadly not in a final, but in a semi-final.
Yeah, they really played amazingly there. You saw how close they were for so much of it, and that just goes to show that they all have the same mentality and the same approaches, and they are players that have made it to finals and won real rivals before. We've seen Papi making to a final before, and Fanium winning, I think, and Joker getting to a final. I can't remember if Joker actually claimed one.
Yeah, Joker has a final against Fanium, and Fanium got, I think, R's 8 and 9. So he's the double RR defending champion and one of the big favorites to win the upcoming World Championship. But sadly, 3rd place is what they have to do for here today.
Yeah, they really should have named their team after how many wins they had. Would have been a good joke to do. And I definitely should have read that they literally have 2x RR champs in their name. Would have given me enough information. But yeah, amazing players. You will soon, Joker. I can see you in chat. You will win one soon. I have no doubt. Yeah, the one little mistake doesn't. Yeah, it's going to be amazing to play in RWC, and I'm looking forward to it. And until then, we have 2 more matches, and then RWC starts. But yeah, I think we'll leave it at that. I want to thank you as well, In4Fun, for adminning and co-casting. As always, it's always a pleasure.
My pleasure. It was a great fun. Both of these semi-finals, of course, in different roles. But yeah, roll on the final weekend.
Oh, and look at this. None other than Mungadongalus has just booted up his stream 4 minutes ago. So we're going to send him some love.
Waiting for us, waiting for our match to end, no doubt.
He planned it well.
He's a scheduled starting time.
Yeah, major thanks to everybody, and thanks as well, Joker, for an amazing match. And GG's to everyone. And we'll catch you soon. Very likely for the 3rd place match, because the final will take place on Sunday, regardless. So yeah, bye for now.